Independent Second here, back with another video, man. And I'm out here on a Texas Saturday, just enjoying this good weather out here during this pandemic that we're going through globally. So y'all know I always got some gems for y'all, some information, a message, you know. So today I want to talk about faith. And for those of you that don't know about my channel, I don't think I've given a good description of my channel previously, but man, this is an uplifting channel. This is an informative channel. This is a if you just trying to get better and get some insight, I'm gonna give you that. You know, I'm getting all of these messages from things that I've learned, my experiences, things from, you know, from God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my stuff come from, you know, like my books that I've written, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? It's a good little Bible here. So, you know, things to basically reference to help you guys, you know, just get some insight on some things. Or maybe it's something that, you know, you can be dealing with that I might touch on, you know. So, I'm gonna share it on this platform. But today my message is faith. We're gonna talk about faith. And it was a topic that was brought up recently in a Bible study that was done on Wednesday. And so I just want to read just a little quick verse of what faith, true faith is by definition, from the Bible, just to give some little insight. So I'm going to get to Hebrews 11:1, and I'm just going to give you a little insight of what we're supposed to be doing when it comes to faith, like the true definition. Hebrews 11:1 reads, if you following along with me, if not, I'm gonna put it down in the description. I mean, down in the below in this display. Hebrews 11:1 reads, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I'm gonna put that over here real quick. Just kind of think about that. Faith is something you can't see. It's something you gotta have. How do you get that? Strengthen your relationship with God. And we all on different levels, you know, spiritually. We all have different walks. So your definition of faith, or your level of faith may not be as strong as mine, and mine might not be as strong as yours, whoever I'm talking to right now. And so before I even get into that, I want to share a story that was in the Bible. It comes out of Daniel 3. Read the whole chapter. But in this summarization, there was a story between Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And in that story, they had such strong faith, all three of those men, that they were able to escape persecution, you know, and death, honestly, because they believed so strong, and their faith in God was so strong, their relationship with God was so strong, that they believed that God would rescue them from being thrown into a fiery furnace, because they decided not to bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar and his gods that they were worshiping, that the town people around them were worshiping in Babylon, you know, with the 90-foot statue of King Nebuchadnezzar, and they was playing the music, and they decided not to bow down. Think about how powerful that is. Their punishment was to be thrown in the furnace, and they had a chance to bow down, and they said, no, we believe that God will save us and he will rescue us, and if he doesn't, we're still not going to bow down because we believe in God. So we doing our will, you know what I'm saying, God's will in a sense. And so they were thrown in the fire. It was 3 men, and one of the guys, and they actually turned it up 7 times its limit, you know, 7 times hotter than it usually is, and it sacrificed 3 of his soldiers. That's how mad the king was. And so they're in this blazing hot furnace, and it was 3 of them in there, and they said, wait, we see 4. And they believed it to be somebody that was portraying to be God, you know, and it was God at the time protecting them and keeping them, you know, from, you know, dying in the fire. And it was so powerful that the king said, whatever God y'all worship and y'all serve, what I just seen, I want to worship that. That should be how we should have our focus on. Like, we should be focusing on having as strongest faith if possible, you know. And you don't just get that by, you know, just reading your Bible and just just going to church or whatever case it is. It's just you having a relationship with him, praying, talking, prayer, and staying in the word as much as you can. And no matter what, believe. Have that mustard seed of faith. That's all you need. That mustard seed of faith, and it goes a long way. It's a little bit of God that'll take you a long way. And no matter what you're going through, how you're doing it, you'll walk constantly. Stay in the word, and he'll change you, and you'll continue to grab faith. That's what happened with me when it comes to me writing 2 books in a amount of probably like 3 months. I would say in a matter of 3 months. I would say that I had to have faith. I didn't know what I was doing, and it kind of led me into my purpose now. And that's just being able to share the word. I love God. I love God a lot. Like, he's brought me through so much. Depression, anxiety. And so having faith and just walking one foot in front of the other, and you don't have to do it on nobody else's time. You do it on God's time. Nobody can push you to do that. You just do it and take your time doing that. And that's the whole good thing about this. You just hang in there, have that faith that he's gonna come in and rescue you. He rescued me. I didn't have no direction. I left college with nothing but debt. I had an opportunity to go home and stay with my parents, and in that time I found my purpose with God. I just stayed in there, stayed hungry. Find his word, seeking his word, stand in prayer, and slowly my journey. As a young adult, I kept getting those little rescues from him there, here and there, and it keeps giving me that evidence of the things not seen, but it's the things hoped for. And I believe that it's so powerful that we should always understand the true purpose and the true definition of faith, and how we can display that and how we can make it better. And you can, like I said, you can only make it better by constantly seeking his word, prayer, and building it. You can keep building that relationship with him, and it gets stronger each time. No matter, you can be in the worst situations where he can strip you down of everything, and you can still feel his protection around you. And so that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with today. It ain't nothing too crazy. I just wanted to give y'all some light in this world of darkness. Sometimes we out here and we're going through these tough times, and things are looking very uncertain right now, but we understand we got to have faith to keep going. So I want to leave y'all with think of a time where you were in the fire, and this doesn't have to be a physical fire, obviously. Something that's symbolic. It's symbolic. When you were thrown into the fire, a tough situation you were thrown into, and God had to rescue you. You displayed faith. Think about that. You displayed faith. No matter how long, you may not think it's big or small, he rescued you. So that's the example of faith. Remember that when you're going through tough times. Remember that when things look uncertain. If you're new, you know what you got to do. Subscribe. You're not new, and you've been rocking with me for a while. Like, comment, share, repost. It doesn't matter. And without further ado, CK2, I'm out. Peace.